Alrighty, welcome back to the ValoRec. We've got two amazing teams to kick things off here in that Challenger Mixed Division. We're going to have WHO Esports versus Team Lethargy. I'm C&K, and I'm joined by none other than the boy, Janice. How we doing?
Oh, I'm doing great tonight. It's really nice to get back into it after having a quick turnaround from last night. But here we go, already into the round. It's going to be early aggression here on this A side. It's going to be able to be fended off really well. Fire able to get one kill here on Heaven, taking out the enemy killjoy, and it's going to be a rotate off for the side of Team Lethargy.
I tell you what, we lost two people pretty quick there, but that's going to be a nice little trade on the map. It did lose.
Cutting out a little bit. But it's going to be the rotate here on the side of Lethargy over to this B side, but the spike's going to go. Rob Snap and Clap able to get one kill. And the second kill is going to fall in favor of WHO Esports, and it's just down to Nani here on the A side. Spike far away with 30 seconds remaining. Not much they can do. Just trying to find any picks whatsoever. We'll be able to find one, but the kill won't go in their favor. Going to be one round on the board for WHO Esports with a very admirable defense here on Split. Just waiting on C&K to get their mic situation. In the meanwhile, it's just going to be for the defense, just still holding as they were before. On the other side, Team Lethargy looking for a way back into Split. You know, it's just the first round, so nothing much. And it's going to be looking like, considering the half-buy Stinger here on Lord Key in, and it looks like they're going to stick with that. So, a really interesting buy with that Stinger, just trying to go for some damage with the spike towards this B side. It's going to be just some trade out. The C's is going to latch onto this Killjoy, and Derek's going to be able to get the first pick here on mid, actually. In B main, able to find the fade. It's going to draw some rotations, but it's really this mid pressure that WHO Esports are looking towards. They're going to take Heaven to help assist, but right behind them follows Team Lethargy. Walking past this Sage Wall. Nani's going to hold very close, seeing if they can get a pick or catch these rotators out. With the Classic, not going to be able to do enough damage. Hypnoid able to get the second pick of the round, finally evens things out. But this A side is going to be all of the RGs. They're going to be able to get the spike down, but loses a player in the meanwhile. It's going to be a four-person retake for the side of WHO Esports, and Hypno down to 26 health, trying to get aggressive. Paranoia goes out, but the Classic right clicks, unable to get any damage, and it's just going to be this last player towards Lethargy. Lord Keen has to do any damage with the Stinger that was bought. Spike out in the open, but it's going to be pushed from all sides. WHO Esports able to get that kill, loses only one member in the process, and it's going to be an excellent bonus round one.
A full send right there, right? Both these teams doing a good job there, but WHO Esports coming out on top. You're going to have that eco advantage in the round. You take full advantage of that. Team Lethargy now going to be down 2 rounds, but now they're going to have a chance to buy a little bit of the goods to get themselves some rifles. Plenty of util on the map as well, but WHO Esports off to a strong start here.
Absolutely, a very defender-sided here on Split, so definitely no question. And with this Sage, it allows so much mid control for the side of WHO Esports, especially here on the defense, where you really want to see that Sentinel being used to its full potential. Team Lethargy looking like they want to push B fast again. They were able to get the first pick on that last round. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, Lethargy trying to get this nice and slow over towards the B side. Obviously, don't want to give up any free kills here. We're going to see them with some rifles in hands. We're going to see Derek with the Vandal. Got a couple players to cross there. We're towards that B side.
Big C's!
Ooh, a lot of damage going back and forth here.
That C's connected with 3 members of Team Lethargy, but no util really to trade it back out. And it's going to be a low member of WHO Esports having to run out of there with their life. Minute 10 on the clock.
A lot of clashing happening over towards that garage side. Derek with the opening pick. That's going to open things up quite a bit for the team. They're going to try to rotate this one towards mid, but they're going to be rotating into a couple players. One of them going to be Sin, the Sage, in the middle of the map. Going to hit a quick little self-heal. Going to try to back off. Has a little bit of team help over the top, but they're going to push out here, and Lethargy losing some players towards the middle of the map. But just like that, WHO Esports lose it all, and Team Lethargy win the round.
Absolutely love that re-clear of mid. Team Lethargy getting the first pick, decide to try to rotate over to the A, but understanding WHO Esports is also going to be on the way. Who tries to re-clear mid, but it's going to run into everyone Team Lethargy, who's just going to take that 5v3 and win it any day of the week. And they have managed to get around on the board with most of their members surviving, actually.
It's going to be great for them going into that eco side, obviously. They're going to try to save as much as they possibly can round around. If they can channel another round or two together here, they'll get themselves into quite the eco advantage. But WHO Esports, not giving this one up for free. They're going to try to reach out this one over towards that A push going on right now. Fire Arrow, the first one on the board there to see somebody get spotted out. Going to get a little bit of a gun shell back and forth here. Gets the first pick. Well, actually, Derek gets the first pick, but that's going to be a 1-for-1 on the map. Somehow still alive, though. Sin with a nice kill as well. The Sage from the middle of the map. So Team Lethargy down a couple players.
Yeah, all of WHO Esports is going to be just closing on this A side. With that spike going down in heaven, they know exactly where everyone is. But Hippo holding Ram's position, just trying to spray and pray with that Spectre, but it's eventually going to fall, and it's just down to Derek for the side of Team Lethargy.
I mean, shout out Derek, Vandal in hand, gonna get shot in the back, and just like that, Fire Arrow with 3 on the round. They're gonna win that one, no problemo. We're gonna do a little swap there. Looks like Bulldog for Spectre, Spectre for Bulldog. Who knows what we want? They were just trying to determine what skin was better, and I tell you what, you got one of the best skins in the game.
Oh, I love the Glitch Pop series. That's one series that I do want to get in my shop. That's something I just wish I had. I really like that round.
Nice skins though in my shop. I gotta stop seeing it.
Oh, the amount of money I spent. I don't want to talk about it.
It's not okay. It's not okay. You know what? We'll stop talking about it. We'll stop talking. I'll look at my bank account later and be mad at myself. But WHO Esports here doing a good job getting themselves up a couple of rounds on the better side of the map. Have to take advantage of that. But this slow push coming from Lethargy here, they're going to get a little bit of a midfield and a B garage feel at the same time. Going to be a little bit of a chow here. Rob Snapclap going to take plenty of damage. Only 8 HP left.
Rob Snapclap has been getting excellent sieges, but the aftershock going to be able to take him out at the back of the B site. But on the other side, Sin able to pick up the first kid, which would have been a mid lurker. And yeah, that's going to tell all Team Lethargy, hey, let's re-clear this. But Fire Arrow there is able to find 3 kills for themselves, and it's just down to Nani with a Bucky in hand, goes for the right click, brings Fire Arrow down to 3 health, but is unable to get it. Fire Arrow with 4 in the round, and 4 for the side of WHO Esports.
I mean, that's 2 big back-to-back rounds out of Fire Arrow. I believe the previous round getting 3, and the one that just happened getting, what, 3-4 there as well. I mean, that's some big plays out of your Jet there. If you're going to have a duelist on the team, that's exactly what you expect out of them. But now, WHO Esports up 4-1, doing very good when it comes to the eco department, but look at that, Lethargy going to be struggling quite a bit. They're going to grab 3 rifles, but they're going to be a little limited when it comes to most of their team. Some pistols going to be on the board, limited util as well. So I'm curious to see what Lethargy does here on the A site. We see Fire Arrow wanting to get a little aggressive towards this A hole right now, but is going to get backed off due to smokes here. Going to stay somewhat pushed up, but the team now going to try to rotate over. The kills coming in. Fire Arrow with 2 more, and just starting off another round hot, just like they have the previous few.
Disgusting from Fire Arrow, just pushing this aggression, staying on this A side, able to lock it down. 2 more kills go in favor of WHO Esports, and they're looking like they want to make this a flawless round if it's just down to this last member of Team Lethargy. Not even can do much. Does have a Vandal and some util, but has to pull off a miracle ace. Breakthrough, able to get 1, goes for the reload, and is able to get out there with another flash use, but it's going to be all of WHO Esports pushing. Fire Arrow grabs their, was it back to back at least 3Ks?
I mean, when you got a teammate that's doing that, I mean, you're pretty happy, all right? That's exactly what you expect right there out of nothing but the best. And I tell you what, Fire Arrow, someone we've seen on stream quite a bit, always delivers. Starting out, what is that, 13-2? Oh my gosh.
We saw
got a dog on their team.
We saw 15-5 scoreline yesterday by one of the players, but 13-2, that's absolutely insane from the Jet here on the side of WHO Esports. But Sin, early wall towards this mid pressure, just wanting to keep it locked down, but it's going to be most members of Lethargy here on this B side, looking to push up through B main, trying to find the first pick, which they absolutely need to get.
Ooh, the peek comes in. That's going to be Rob Snapclap taking things a little bit aggressive there. Going to damage the Jet quite a bit, but Derek gets the damage straight a little bit back as well. See Team Lethargy trying to push out a garage here. They're trying to get on this B side. Ibra going to get the opening pick. Couple kills back and forth here. Is Lethargy going to lose 1, but WHO Esports lose a couple. Do see the KJ ult coming in as well. Lethargy able to get that spike planted. They're going to have full site control as well, but now WHO Esports on the retake 3v4.
Oh, Hippoling tries to go for this flank, but isn't expecting two members of WHO Esports to be waiting for them, and that's gonna even out the numbers. It's gonna be an aggressive pick from Derek, but is unable to find anything. Kills are going in favor of WHO Esports just down to these last two members. Lord Keaton tries to hold the CT walkout, but falls at the hands of WHO Esports, who are able to just find Nani and pick up their 6th round here on Split.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't talk any smack about what just happened there because I did the exact same thing like 5 times yesterday.
Oh, I get it.
I want to talk about it. I do not want to talk about it. But just like that, WHO Esports up 6-1. Pretty much a flawless retake there. They go into that 3v4 advantage. Well, disadvantage, that is. And they make it an advantage real quick there. Obviously, players like Fire Arrow make that a little bit easier, right? When you can depend on someone like that who's always going to hit their shots, always going to be leading the way. But now, Lethargy, you're at the point now where winning a round is very important. You're down 5 now. And you've lost, probably 4 in a row because it was like 2-1 there. And I mean,
Yep.
how's the time, right? We got to win some rounds, got to get some cash in the pocket.
Absolutely. And this time, once again, they're just gonna run, go to the other side, holding this A, looking for A pressure, but instead are gonna play very slow. Instead of going for that orb, allowing just the round to play out very slowly, which I actually do. I think it's the best move. That wall is gonna be used in mid, and smoke is gonna hold off any pressure from, well, non-existent pressure from B main. Probably gonna find nothing in B main. That's gonna draw some rotates over to this A site. Hippoling of a classic, looking for any aggression, but Hypnoid finds the first kill. Fire Arrow finds another, but Nani's able to trade it out at least one with that Bulldog. Trying to go for the 1v1, and that fault line was perfect. That evens out the numbers. Orkeen's able to find the Jet.
Spike down
Some kills back and forth here to Esports. They're going to be up quite a bit, though. That's going to be a 2v1 now. Is Derek going to pick up one of those players? Now 2v1. Gets another one now. Going to be a 1v1. Technical 3v1. Turn into a 1v1 real quick. It's going to be Sin versus Derek. Derek ready for it, and that's going to be the 1v3 victory to get Lethargy another round on the board. And Derek, I tell you what, you are the one.
Absolutely, that's the one here you want to be in, a 1v3, a 1v2. That Reyna absolutely goes to false to 26 health after getting that first kill, but is able to heal back up, has the sight, taps the spike, and gets the repick and wins that 1v1. And that's another round on the board for Lethargy, and that's exactly what you want to see.
It is exactly what you want to see indeed. The 6-2 now. Team Lethargy getting around on the board there. Stops the bleeding momentarily. Going to allow them to buy a couple rifles there. Get their full shields in the back pocket as well. You're going to see one Bulldog, and I do believe one the Spectre as well. It's not quite a full purchase, but as close as you could possibly get at this point in time. See Fire Arrow watching this cross. Going to be a couple players going to be crossing for Team Lethargy. Fire Arrow only spotting one, I do believe. Is going to try to make a play. That's going to be Keaton getting taken down. The spike is down as well. We see Lethargy pushing in from ramp, though. They're going to be in top heaven pretty much right away. They got one player behind them. That's Hypnoid. He picks up one, and that's going to be Hippo taking down another, but Hypnoid takes down his 3rd of the round. I mean, just like that, he gets behind all of them and picks them all up, and Fire Arrow cleans it up. And just like that, Lethargy are done for.
Nani's Rolling Thunder accidentally landed on a couple teammates, just popped them up and was unable to reset the aim, and that absolutely sucked. But on the other side, I mean, the defensive use of the Nightfall immediately grabbed info for WHO that understand, hey, no one's here on B, it's all A, and it just allowed Fire Arrow to get aggressive and allowed all of Lethargy to just allow all of WHO to get aggressive towards Lethargy, and yeah, they're able to get 7 on the board. And it's going to be the flip-flop again for the side of Lethargy. They're just going to try and go B this time, understanding that they're hitting a brick wall against A.
This is a tough one to go up against indeed. We see the side of WHO Esports. You got a player like Sin who's always holding down the middle of the map. Rob Snapclap can be just as annoying over towards that garage side as well. And Sin, just like that, the person we were just talking about, picks up a kill over towards the middle of the map. You see Ibra does sneak through on towards site, but that's going to be a nice kill out of Rob Snapclap. Fire Arrow with one as well. Now only 2 players left from Team Lethargy, 2v5.
Not able to lurk towards that A side, unable to find it. Fire Arrow has all of A control, and they know where these last 2 players are here in garage. Spike out in the open towards B, and it's just how much damage they can do. You would love a round 1 here, some heroics from these 2 players of Lethargy, but not going to get much. However, able to get Rob Snap and Clap. Grabs the first kill. Lord Keaton doesn't get flashed up, and 46 seconds. It's not impossible. The Fire Arrow is watching the cross. The spam through from Yokido finds Lord Keaton, and that's going to be 8 on the board for WHO.
Yeah, I mean, WHO Esports, you're on the good side of the map. Starting on defense, you got to get as many rounds as you possibly can, and they are definitely doing that. Already up to 8. Lethargy only at 2, but they can definitely win a couple here towards the end of the half. Put themselves in a more comfortable position, but any rounds they win are going to help them towards that defense for sure. They've got a couple of those agents that'll be a little bit more helpful over on the defensive side, specifically the KJ. Obviously, KJ is a very fun one to just chill and vibe with. Sentinel's always going to be the one. Now we are going to see Lethargy making their way over towards the A site. Got to deal with Fire Arrow and Hippo. Sorry, Hypnoid. Hippo on their team. Hypnoid going to be up top. Fire Arrow down below. A couple players are going to be blinded real quick.
Big corner, yeah.
No charges left.
Lord Keaton is going to be caught out by Fire Arrow and Hypnoid able to find Ibra, the aggression from the side of Lethargy, unable to find anything. But Hippo, on the other side, pushed all the way up with that Omenal. Gets really aggressive, but Rob Snapclaw Hypnoid able to find another 2 picks, and it's just down to this Omen. No spike in hand. He's just out in the open with 2 members of WHO surviving. But locations unknown, and this 1v1's may be granted for this Omen player. Seeing if they can find anything, we'll be able to go in 1v1 with Hypnoid, but the paranoia in hand means the gun can't be equipped fast enough. Hypnoid beats Hippo, and WHO gets a 9 here.
That is a matchup we've seen a lot. Hippo versus Hypnoid. Like that's something we've seen quite a bit up against each other. These two have faced each other many times so far on the ValoRec stream. Would love to see that, but look at Fire up to 20-4. That is insane. But I mean, not to mention, Hypnoid also up to 17-5, Sin 11-3. Like the whole team is just frying right now, getting it done. But WHO Esports at 9 rounds going into this next one here. We're going to see Lethargy commit towards that KJ ult right off the bat. They're trying to get onto this A site as fast as they possibly can. But a lot of chaos ensuing at the moment. Gunfights going on back and forth. Nobody lost yet. But WHO Esports trying to huddle up towards that Heaven as Lethargy pushing onto site, pushing towards Heaven at the same time. Going to see some more gun battles going down as it's going to be a 5v5 here.
Make that a 5v3. Sin and Rob Snapclap able to find 2 picks really fast. Lord Keaton and Hippo just trying to take control of this Heaven control, leaving Derek to win these long-range battles. Lord Keaton able to get 1, and Hippo grabs another one, but it's going to be immediately traded out. The kills fall in WHO's favor. They're able to get double digits. They go up 10-2 at the half as we switch sides here on Split.
It's an absolutely amazing half right there. If you're WHO Esports, you're going to be very comfortable swapping over to the attacking side. But if you're Lethargy, you're like, hey, man, we started on the bad side. Let's try to get ourselves turned around here. We got to win quite a few rounds here to get ourselves the victory, but we can get it done. Esports can win the round, so can Lethargy. But WHO Esports, though, I mean, these guys are frying. I mean, we got some very talented individuals over there. It looks like they are going to go for a little bit of a classic B mid hit here. It's going to probably take things nice and slow, but Lethargy going to have 2 players on that side of the map. They're going to have 3 over towards A.
Yep, looking like side of Lethargy just wanting to grab some A pressure, see if they can take control of that space. Meanwhile, there's just going to be 2 defenders here defending the B side, as mid pressure is the name of the game for the side of WHO, and they're going to be running into absolutely no one, and the first pick actually falls in favor of WHO, and you can never guess who it is.
I mean, you really can never guess, right? Oh, wait, yes, we can. Every time it's Fire Arrow getting it done, but Lethargy, only 3 players left, have to play the retake, and just like that, they are going to get an opening kill. That is going to be Ibra getting one of them. Going to be a few more to beat. There's going to be a 4v3 here. Esports going to have the spike planted, Lethargy on the retake, and their Jet going to be very weak at the moment.
Oh, Hippo tries to go for that lurk, but Lokido is good for that, able to get that pick, and it's just down to Lord Keaton and Ibra here in Heaven, having to push into 4 members of WHO. The Fire Arrow able to grab their second kill of the round. Sin grabs their own second, and it's going to be 11 for WHO. They've been absolutely on fire here on Split.
I mean, WHO Esports just feels like they're at home, right? I mean, it doesn't even feel like they haven't left anything. They're just chilling at home, just vibing. Just the guys playing on a Sunday night. I don't know. I have no idea. But
Sin has only died 3 times.
Isn't that insane? Like,
That's...
Sin was holding the middle of the map the entire time, and not only holding it, but playing aggressive towards mid on the defense the entire time, and has died 3 times.
Winning 1v1s, that's exactly what you want to be seeing from your Sage. even if they're not a traditional duelist, that Sentinel holding down areas. And on the other side, now they're just trying to get any picks. It's going to be the B pressure. Once again, for the side of who, just pushing all the way up. Fault line's going to be good, going to be able to knock a bunch of players back and slow down this at least a little bit. But they're just going to hold Garage, deciding to back out a little bit as 3 members of Lethargy are here to support Nani.
Yeah, WHO Esports has a significant technological advantage when it comes to weaponry right now, but Derek, he's going to be down below, going to pick up 2, almost gets the 3rd, but plenty of damage to go with it. That's going to make things a 3v3. Maybe a couple of weapons that Lethargy can hunt down there, but WHO Esports trying to make their way over towards
perfectly. Ibra might be good for 1, is good for 1, able to get the headshot onto Sin. Yokido able to trade it out, finds the Ibra, and it's a 2v2. Make that a 2v1. It's just down to Lord King with a share. The reloads come out, but the classic comes out from Rob Snapclap, able to find that killjoy, and that's going to be match point for the side of WHO.
I mean, that's going to be match point indeed. WHO Esports looking absolutely dominant so far on this map. They're going to be able to buy whatever they want at them. I say buy whatever they want. They're going to treat themselves a little bit. A couple of them are. The others, the ones that did not make it through the entire round, probably going to be begging for scraps right now. We're going to see Rob Snapclap rocking the Bulldog right now. Rob Snapclap, definitely someone you don't want to find on the map. They're going to be ripping you to shreds every once in a while there. But Team Lethargy not off to their best start they've had, right? Down currently 10 rounds, but WHO Esports pushing this one right back on in over towards A. Lord Keaton and Ibra going to be over there with Derek watching over and Ibra. Very weak.
Yeah, just a lot of attack damage. Derek's also going to be very low. Just the spam through is going to be good. But Derek, despite low health, able to get that first pick onto Hypno. Sin able to trade it out, but Lord Keaton's there for another trade. Lokido will fall, and it's going to be 3 members here for the side of WHO, but the spike tries to go down. Ibra's there to pick that kill up, and it's just down to Fire Arrow with 9 health, and the spike yet to be planted.
9 HP in a dream, doesn't quite pay off in Hippo Link. The one filling in for the team ends the round, takes Fire Arrow down, and I mean, like, what? That's Fire Arrow's like 2nd death or something. Like, I feel like Fire Arrow
feels like it at this point.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But Lethargy get that nice, important 3rd round on the board. Gonna have to win a lot in a row here. Got to get themselves to that overtime. They got to get themselves all the way up to the 12 number to get that overtime going. You could see it, but this is going to be a struggle and a half.
It'll be an absolute mountain to climb, but only 2 members falling means the economy is very good. And here on the side of WHO, not as great. You have an Ares picked up, but you know, everyone else with rifles looking like they want to go push A again. Ibra just trying to jump peaks, trying to spot any pressure. We'll spot 1 or 2 members of WHO, and that's going to draw some rotations out. It's going to be 4 members here on Lethargy stacking this A site, and it's going to be mid-pressure. It's going to allow all of Lethargy to push through mid. The first kill goes towards Fire Area, but Ibra's able to try that out. Finds the fade and Rob Snap and Clap, and they're just going to back out. Fire Area is very low, and yeah, that's going to... That Aftershock can do a ton of damage. Derek finds another one. It's going to be 2, make that 1 member of WHO surviving. Just Sin on this stage, able to find 1 kill, finds Nani. It is possible able to win this out until Hippo comes in, pushes through A, and they're able to get the 2nd round in a row.
Hey, there's the start, right? You're on the defensive side. You just get, I mean, you're on the defensive side, but I mean, things are a little sketchy, right? You're obviously always at match point. You're always 1 round away from total failure. But at the moment, you're doing a very good job getting round after round. As many as you can get here is going to be very important. You see Lethargy winning those 2 in a row, and they keep it going. We see WHO Esports going to be stacking up over towards the B site, probably looking to change things up a little bit because A, not working out.
Yep, they're going to be on a more force buy, so a couple Spectres, a Bulldog here and there, so it's going to be a lighter buy, but they're looking like they're just going to play slow here in B lobby, waiting to get in garage. Maybe letting Lethargy push up quickly, but it's going to just be a late start. Rob Snap and Cloud's going to go that fade. Not going to get too much information, but it's going to be 3 defenders they're running into. So here comes the initiation. Ibra finds, oh my goodness, it's a mowdown for the side of Lethargy. That's exactly what you wanted to see. Hypno's able to get 1 for their troubles, but that's going to be 5.
We did have a player disconnect, I do believe, in the middle of that. It's kind of weird. So, maybe
Hopefully
not.
that's
That
not
might have
too
just been a
bad.
weird old chat message. Yeah, no, okay. We are going to see a timeout coming for the side of WHO Esports here. Remember, everybody, regardless of you wow, okay, if you need it or not, you get one timeout per team per half. So make sure you're using your timeouts. You get a tactical timeout. If you think things are not really going your way, you see a team like Team Lethargy, they've lost 3 in a row, and they've had a player disconnect. But they're taking their time out. They're talking about, hey, maybe this is the game plan. What do we got going on? I do believe they're trying to get their raise back in. That will be momentarily. Things are looking pretty good though so far for Lethargy on defense.
Yep, we're just trying to figure out making sure that if we just need a tech pause or if this is actual proper timeout. But if you're side of Hoot, yes, you have lost 3 rounds in a row on like the less favorable side here on Split, but you have nearly all of your ultimates coming up on this next fight, and yes, it's gonna be a tech pause as they're just allowing this your raise to come back into the game as just a disconnect. You know, it happens. I get it. Happens to me all the time. But yeah, as I was saying, all the ultimates basically going to be available for who in the next round or the round after that.
Definitely an exciting thing to be knowing that you're be able to get those back momentarily. I say back. You're going to get those ults coming up, right? It'll be a very strong thing if you're to the side of WHO Esports. You're going to have things like the Jet ult. I mean, obviously you've had Jet and the Sage ult for a little bit here, but also getting things like the Omen, the Fade, and the Raze, getting them all in one go. All you need is one round, right? So if you can get all those ults in one go, I'm sure you can get something going with it, right? You'll create quite the party, whether it's on A site or B site. Get things nice and mixy. And Lethargy can be a tough one to deal with, but we've seen them do a couple very special things over the last 3 rounds here.
Absolutely. They've been able to just that last round, there on round, what was it, 17, just has a mow down over on the B side. Like all of who unable to win anything. They just walk into a firing squad at this rate. But they don't have as many ultimates, but their economy is absolutely flourishing. Getting those 3 rounds in a row on the defensive side, you got to be really happy if you're a Lethargy fan or if you're just a player of them. You know, going against Fire Arrow, who's been absolutely dominating this map, and we can absolutely not stop singing the praises of this Jet player for the side of who's been absolutely on fire.
I mean, insanely on fire, right? This is one of those things you love to see. But I mean, everyone on that team really, I'm not everyone, but the top 3 performing players on that team, I feel like are all doing crazy things, right? Whether that's Sin, Fire Arrow, or Hypnode. I mean, you're talking about a team across the board that is just insanely talented, right? And not to mention Rob Snapclap and then Yo Kildo. I mean, we're talking about a squad here, like an absolute squad. And then Lethargy, this is a talented team too, right? They've been getting it going here in the last couple rounds. We got the player reconnected. Let's go.
Yo Keto is back.
Look at they're moving.
They're moving. They're moving.
This is good.
They're moving back. We are gonna get back into this match. Hitno's gonna go for the slash R. We are ready, and it's gonna be who again. 2 ultimates in the bank and 3 coming online, and they're gonna see what they can get out. Not gonna be the best buy. Couple, weaker rifles, but the knives are going to be over for Fire Arrow. So, if you're really looking towards your Jet to see what they can get done, it's going to be leaning towards this A and a really double up dash, able to grab a couple body shots. That's a Sage Ball and 2 updrafts. They know about that. Wow.
It's a fun spot. That's for sure. I've seen it a couple times.
Ooh, a good fault line.
Both these teams try to clash it out a little bit over towards A. We did see Team Lethargy rotate over. They know where the pressure's coming from. We see the gunfights going on here. I say the gunfights, but there is a knife fight going down as well. As Fire Arrow picking up that kill, getting the knives back. That's going to be a 4v3 advantage to WHO Esports as they try to take this A site. Lethargy down in numbers. They've got one player weak as can be as well. That's going to be Ibra. Very weak at the moment. With these teams clashing once again, Lord Keaton on the site trying to hold it down. WHO Esports not getting too aggressive right now, just trying to hold things down, checking their corners. They know this could be the last round if they do it right, but Hippo trying to make a play with the ult.
Who is being pressured very hard, and they're still unsure where all the players of Lethargy of who are, and Lord Keaton's able to find one, finds Fire Arrow, but could have been the Lord, yeah, and Sin's there for the trade. Able to find Lord Keaton. It does fall to very low health, but that ideally should tell Lethargy, hey, everyone's still on this A site. The rest is come out from Sin, but Hippo's right there to trade it back out. That Jet falls the second time. But Hypno still holding heaven. 3 members of WHO on match point surviving, and it's just down to this Jet on the side of Lethargy. Has the knives out, will try to get anything down. What can Ibra do? Nothing much.
Attackers.
Yokio is there watching the spot.
We're gonna have a nice Lotus kicking off for you. It's gonna be WHO Esports versus Team Lethargy once again. WHO Esports obviously won the first map split 13-5. Let's see if Lethargy can make a little bit of a difference here. Ooh, a little bit of aggressive push towards mid there.
Rob
WHO
snap.
Esports going up a player.
Able to get that first pick here on the Sage, switching over from that fade over to the Sage, but it's gonna be traded out finally. Ibra able to get that Sage down, but the other side, it's gonna be numbers in favor of WHO. And they're just gonna back out of there. Lethargy on the attacking here on Lotus and WHO on the defense. Fire arrow getting very aggressive. Gonna run into members. Shots don't find. But able to pick up that pick. Lord Keaton on that chamber falls. 2 members remaining from the side of Lethargy. They're both spotted. They're gonna be surrounded and swarmed. And yep. Just one. Not much they can do. Just some pistol damage, but it's gonna be 3 kills.
Yeah, nice job there out of WHO Esports there. They're gonna remain with 3 players left, I think, at the end there. Lethargy. Maybe not the best start right there, right? Obviously, but it is what it is. It's only a pistol round. We're only round 1, right? No big deal. It is what it is. Going into round 2 here, though, WHO Esports gonna have all the weaponry they could ever imagine. Light weaponry, that is. They're gonna have some Spectres in the back pocket they get to use for fun. Lethargy, last time around, we saw them do a little bit of a force buy on this round to try to get some cheeky kills. Did not work out, but this time around, they're gonna keep it nice and simple. Keep it on the budget-friendly side.
Yep. Classics in the hands. Just some util, but it's mostly going to just be classics. Trying to see what they can get done. It's just some light damage, but they're going to be running into Sin, who's going to be able to spot 2 or 3 of these players out. And that's going to draw the rotates out. Fire's already pushed all the way through. Sin's already in the spawn. Yokito gets the first pick. Finds Derek. And that Spike is just stuck over there.
Snapclap gets 1 before getting taken down. It's going to be Ibra with a nice trade. It is going to be a 3v4. WHO Esports up a player here. Lethargy, they got a couple of weak players weak, and just like that, Fire Arrow on the flank picks up 1, helps bait out for the other. 1 player left, though. That is going to be Ibra on the Jet. Ibra, a very talented player in a 1v4.
Those are Victor able to get the first kill. 1v3. They'll spot some members, able to get a couple dinks, but that Spectre, not a one-shot button, and that's going to be 29 health left for the Jet on the side of Lethargy. With 30 seconds remaining, not much they can do.
Ibra here,
30 seconds
1v3.
left.
29 HP is not a lot. that's about the total amount of damage so far done to the last 3 players on WHO Esports left. Ibra, though, trying to sneak a few little peeks here around these corners. Everyone holding things nice and tight. WHO Esports spots that one out. That's going to be Sin, the person playing the Sage last game now. Going to be switching it up a little bit here on the KO there. Going to be up 2-0 for WHO Esports. Basically the exact same start we had last time around.
Going to be the bonus 1. Not a lot of members. Only 1 member, 1 or 2 members falling. Should be a very simple round, but yeah. If you're on the side of Lethargy, now you have the rifles. Now you can buy up. Now let's see what you can get done. I say that. There's a couple Stingers out, actually. There's a couple SMGs they're going to be using.
I mean, this is one of those things, right? You know, they kind of realize how bad last map may have gone, like early on when they realized they didn't have any eco. They're maybe just trying to stretch that eco a little bit, get a couple rounds of buys. They're buying a little bit lighter, but they're going to start pushing this one in over.
Big damage done. But Libra tries to push up and ends up going to be falling. The first pick is going to be granted to the side of WHO. 4 players left for Lethargy as they're trying to push her on the C side. Ton of damage done, and they're going to fall.
1 enemy remaining.
Hypnoid able to get 1 and 2 more kills fall for WHO, and it's just Lord Keaton on this chamber with the whole world in front of him. Whole world against him. He's gonna get spotted out with that KO knife, and it's just gonna be the firing squad. There'll be 3 kills picked up for the Yeoman, and a 3rd round granted to WHO as they win their bonus.
Nothing quite like a +1, right? To get that one on the board. Always getting it done there. But WHO Esports versus Lethargy off to a nice fun start once again here. Lotus, definitely a fun map. Kind of glad they added it. Definitely a creative map, like the doors and everything. It makes for a lot of fun, and also is a very fun map to just look at as well.
It's very pretty. I love little details, and plus the 3 site. Always going to be interesting. Allows the attackers to have a slight advantage with these defenders being more spread out, but it's going to be very fast B pressure. Actually, Rob Snapclap going to hold box, see if they can get a couple pigs. The clear isn't diligent, but Lorcan is able to spot it out, but Rob Snapclap is good for 2. Finally, it's going to take it out by Nani with the Vandal, but it's going to be 3 members. Make that 3 members of Lethargy able to find Sin over on this A side. That's where that spike is going to end up. It's going to be a clear A site. I say that, but the Omen Ultimate is going to spot out some damage, but the spike should be able to go down decently free. It's going to be a 3v3 retake for the side of who? Aggressive angles. They're just trying to get some picks. Viper Molly just to push back Fire Arrow here in Heaven. Low retake. Won't be able to clear the Viper, who is holding very far up. And it's just going to be a 1v3 for Hypno. Finds the first body. Is able to find Ibra. Unable to get the win, the 1v1 against Nani. That's going to be the first round for Lethargy. And yeah, that was a very clean attacking round. Really nice execute for them. Able to get that first, despite going down, actually. Despite going down towards B, going down 3-5, is able to pick it back up, get that trade out, and rotate over to the A site. Winning a 1v1 and taking over the site for free, and then just holding a really great post-plan positioning. Going into round 5, it's looking like they're going to want to go towards the C side. Rob Snapclap holding this B side by themselves, but it's not really going to run anything. So that judge is going to be as useful. Hypno having to back up, but is going to have fire to back them up. But it's going to be see if this can bait. They're going to see a Sage Wall. It's going to be a Lord Keaton. I'm going to see what they can get done as they're just going to hold the flank. But, ooh, the judge ends up getting plenty of value. Rob Snapclap able to find the first pick, but it's going to be immediately traded out as the kills go in favor. Ibra able to get 2. And it's going to be a 4v3 in favor of Lethargy. 2 members remaining on the side of who, and 1 player seems to be disconnected. But the round should be very easily in favor of Lethargy. Just Sin on this KO. Tries to find the first pick, but is unable to do so. Lethargy gets their second round on the board, and it's going to be 3-2. CNK will be right back. But we're going to have a pause. Yes, we have a disconnect, and we're just going to have a little bit of a tech pause, as it's called for the side of who. So, just patient play, but yeah, as here we're getting into round 6, I've been, the defense looking absolutely dominate the first 3 rounds, but Lethargy, with the full buy, with the full rifles, able to just find opportunities when they're presented, despite going back, despite going down on round 4, on round 4, losing 2 members, they were able to get the trade out and finding the lurker towards A and just get that cipher clear. And that last round we just saw, just full sends with that pressure towards C, able to clear the site really cleanly and, able to get that second round win, which is what you absolutely want to see going into the round. Unable to really get a foothold there on the last map on Split, but now you're looking like you're a lot happier. I'm joking around.
A lot happier indeed, right? I mean, we had a disconnect in the game and a disconnect in here. Jeez. I need to invest in Bell Fiber or something. Move to Toronto, you know what I'm saying? Damn. But yeah, I mean, Team Lethargy, obviously being able to get a couple rounds on the board here early is going to help immensely with keeping yourself in the game, right? I feel like one of the big things that we saw in that last one on Split, a big part of it was just they went into this like eco spiral where it was just like a constant WHO Esports always had money on their top players. Like Fire Arrow could literally buy whatever they wanted round after round after round after round. Whereas Team Lethargy was kind of struggling there for a while, but now keeping things nice and close here will allow them to just kind of play the game out how they want to.
Yep. Looking like Derek's going to invest into the operator this round. Does have plenty of money to go around. As we're just waiting for this reconnect, it's going to be a little awkward always, Just in an amateur league, everyone's trying to have some fun, just get some stress out. Yeah, as we're just trying to figure out what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to call an admin who I'm sure was very far away. It's gonna take a very long time to find an admin to figure the situation
it's
out,
tough.
as we do have a disconnect.
It's tough to
Darren,
find
where
an
can we
admin
find
these
one?
days. I tell you what. You'd be better off just going to help chat and asking a random player, right? I'm just kidding. But,
Chat GPT.
hey, shout out
Yeah.
Chat GPT though. Gets it done. We need to add it to Valorant chat or something. You can just ask Chat GPT what the best site to hit statistically is in the middle of a game, and good to go with the strat and everything.
We're gonna lose our jobs at that rate. Just have chat
Hey,
GPT
you
just
know, a lot of
narrate
people are gonna lose
everything.
their jobs to an AI. It's just part of the fun.
I was watching a streamer who had the idea of like, what if I just like had a chat GPT just do all the commentary? And speaking of commentary, Hypno's back. Oh,
Guess who's
they're
back?
back.
Back again.
Back again.
Hypno's back. Tell a friend. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, we got all the pieces back together again here, so these teams should be kicking it back off soon.
Together.
And it's going to be, you know, a decent buy for the side of WHO. Losing 2 rounds in a row. But again, Derek on this operator, seeing what they can find on the arena. And it's going to walk. Going to be trying to win this 1v1 against Yokido. And we'll be able to spot the raise. First pick goes in favor of Lethargy. It's exactly one you want to see, as all of WHO is running towards this A site now.
They're trying to run on over in D.
Rez is going to come out, able to even the numbers out, and actually the kills will go in favor of WHO. Looking like this rotation is going to hold the site down, but as I said, that Derek's able to find the Sage. Numbers are evened out again, 4v4. Lord Kean holding tree, able to win that 1v1, finds Sin. And it's going to be 3-person retake for Lethargy. The trades come out, and Lord Kean's been absolutely great on this A site. Finally even down. It's just going to be a 1v2 for Yokido with the Bulldog, seeing if they can find anything. But the flank is coming in. But Derek with this operator, that's their 3rd kill on the round. And we are all tied up here on Pearl. Really nice pivot and rotate for the side of Lethargy. You know, getting that first pick and realizing, hey, there are too many defenders on this side. Let's just rotate B. They're able to pivot, having Lord Keaton there holding tree. Able to get a couple stragglers, and that's going to force WHO onto a light buy, a Sheriff, 2 Frenzy, some classics. They don't really have the money, but Fire Arrow does have the knives, and they've been absolutely huge on this jet. I'm wondering if they can get some damage done, but they need to really pick up around here. Lethargy's starting to roll in this economy. Haven't really died, haven't lost rounds a couple, haven't been able to lose any rounds. Rob Snapperclap gonna hold the wall, has a shorty in hand, able to get 2 kills. Oh my goodness.
I mean, the shorty comes in handy sometimes, right? When you're in the smoke right there, Rob Snapclap teaching them what's up, and that's going to be a kill coming in there as well. Lethargy getting another one, and Rob Snapclap, I tell you what, give the
Good
guy a
for
shorty. He'll
3.
take everybody down. Is going to be a 2v2 though, as Lethargy picks up 2 big ones there. Fire Arrow, though.
All right, it's going to be a
Arrows
battle
in
of these
hand.
jets, really. Yep, just going to be a battle pressure, and this Rolling Thunder going to be used. Will spot out Yokido, but the fault line's actually going to stun up Ibra, and the spikes should be trying to go down, but the knives from Fire Arrow unable to do anything. The Showstopper is able to stop the spike plant, and it's just a classic in the hand. Ibra is good for that. Grabs 3 kills for the round, and that's the lead taken for Lethargy for the first time in the series.
There we go, Lethargy getting it done. They just needed a good.
Just a yeah, absolutely what you wanted to get. Getting those picks, and they're able to take their first lead. What a momentum shift that is for this attacking side, or these attackers. Now, Ibra's starting to have themselves a map. Going toe-to-toe with Fire Arrow, who, mind you, again, was at one point on split 22-3. But looking like who wants to get aggressive. But as I say that, it's going to be the tour de force active, holding down that C pressure. So, not much that Fire Arrow is going to be able to do. Just that one way, going to hold Lord Keaton towards the C lobby area. But it's going to be 4 members of Lethargy going to be pushing towards that A side. That Viper wall absolutely clearing out so much space, and it's just going to leave Sin on the KO by themselves. holding tree. But the rotates are here, but the first kill, Ebra's able to find Sin. Tree control is Lethargy's, but the nades should be able to do some decent damage. It's going to force Lethargy to back up a little bit, and the kill finally goes in favor of Who, but the tour de force is there. They immediately traded out. Kill trades back and forth, but Lethargy does have a 3-2 advantage and a free B side if they choose to rotate that way. And it looks like they're going to do exactly that. Lorkeeton with the spike, going to do so. Hippo having to run away, does have the Viper's Pit, chooses to invest it with 40 seconds left on the round. Spike should be going down for free, but Yokito's going for the fast rotate and is able to get that fade. Trades come out, but it's 1v1. Fire able to find a huge pick, but the spike has to go down. Lord Keaton just has to try and get the spike down as fast as they can. Fire will hear that, will run over to his A site. 1v1. Considers the operator, but chooses not to go for it. Lorkeeton with the tour de force will understand where Fire Arrow is. The door will move just to draw some attention, but Fire Arrow able to find, the timing is absolutely perfect. Able to find Lorkeeton looking towards tree, and they're going to be able, just as fast as they lost the lead, Who is able to tie this back up. 4-4. Wonderful stuff from Fire Arrow, being the hero for the side of Who. Once again, able to trades was the name of the game for that last round. But Fire Arrow able to finally get the win. Operator picked up the operator, so choosing whether they want to use it. It seems like they are going to choose to hold on to this, holding down this A site. But meanwhile, on the side of Lethargy, they have plenty of money for another operator of themselves. But Fire Arrow not going to really see anyone. It's going to be really the C pressure for the side of Lethargy. Just looking like they were going to 5-stack that, push as hard as they can. But the first 2 kills go in favor of Who. Absolutely big picks. That's just going to be 3 members of Lethargy remaining. Hypnode coming absolutely Who's as Sin's able to find another one. Empress inactive for Derek, but does have a mountain to climb. With the spike in hand, though, in Nani, they're going to look towards that B side, but it's going to be pressure from all sides. Who pushed all the way up through C. Sage Ball does have a gap in it, so they're able to at least get past the what the orb would be, but not much they can do beyond that. Just completely silent. Looking like they're going to want to push towards Mound once again. Lear trying to find anything, but won't be able to find anything. Sin's good for 1. Hypnode trades out. Able to get 3 kills for the round for themselves. And reclaims the lead. Excellent stuff from Hypnode on this Omen. Able to lead the leader. Lead the lobby in kills. 12 for themselves. With that with that Omen ultimate available. And that's going to be 2 on the board for Who. Looking absolutely clean. Now Lethargy just having to slow down, deciding to go to the other side, but is going to walk into this operator and the knives out. Knives are going to be used. And the first kill is going to go to Fire Arrow, able to win the jet duel. And on the other side, they have pushed all the way up through B and into T-spawn. On that flank, Rob Snapcloud able to find Nani. The backstab absolutely huge. Able to good for 2 until Derek's finally able to trade it out. But it's just 2 members of Lethargy remaining. Not much they can do. Fire Arrow finds their second on the round. And it's just up to Hippo with the Spectre. Unable to do so. Hypnode finds that kill. And it's a nearly flawless round for Who, as they're starting to walk away with this round with 3 rounds in a row.
Hey, that's 3 big ones right there.
Welcome back.
Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna invest into like Starlink or something because this is ridiculous. I don't know. Nah,
It's okay.
I don't know. You gotta have internet issues every once in a while, right? I've never really had the problem here since I moved, but you know, gotta have it every once in a while. I'm probably gonna get cut off nonstop, so we'll see how that goes. But both these teams trying to fight this one out. Esports getting back to their previous dominance. It looks like though.
Absolutely. 3 rounds in a row, you know. Lethargy was able to get a couple rounds, big rounds back to back, but this B pressure again from Snap finally it stopped Ibra able to get that kill with the Bulldog, and it's gonna be granted some B pressure, but that Sage Wall is absolutely huge. Stops people in the track, and Sin's able to find a kill. But it is traded out. 3 members of WHO still standing, but the C side is looking like where Lethargy is gonna want to go.
They're trying to get this one pushed on in. Chamber gonna be the first one up. WHO Esports, they're gonna have one player over there. That's gonna be Yokito.
Oh,
trying to get out of
Yokito.
there. Well, these players from WHO Esports trying to get themselves reinforced here. There's gonna be a 3v4 on the retake. Fire with the op. There's gonna be a 1-for-1 on the map. WHO Esports needs to try to get those numbers a little bit more in their advantage, though. Instead of a 1v1, they need a 1v2 there. But Team Lethargy, 3 players left. Spike is down. Fire Arrow picks one off, though. Gonna make things a 2v2. Can they, by chance, maybe pick up another? Last 2 players live from Lethargy, ready to go in this one. Watching each other's back here. We see the WHO
Looking
Esports
for the weapon
players
switch.
pushing in.
Player standing.
Fire Arrow now in a 1v2. Has the Vandal in hand. Is going to get spotted out. Gets taken down. And just like that, Lethargy going to win a big round there.
Ibra able to make, able to put the numbers in their favor. And yeah, it's going to be a very close Lotus going into the half either way. If you're on the side of Lethargy, you're absolutely happy considering of a beating you took there on split, and going to round with a potential 6-6 half is something you got to just smile at. Odin gonna be in the hands of Nani, considering. Yeah, plenty of money on both sides, so it's gonna be a very even. Ultimates, however, clearly in favor of WHO. You have the knives, you have the res, and you have that null command to slow down any push coming your way. Well, it's gonna be a lobby pressure first, but here the Omen's able to pick up the first kill. Getting very aggressive is the side of WHO, but it's finally able to trade it out, and the kills actually go in favor of WHO. The res is going to come out trying to find anything, but the res will go off, but the kills are going to go completely in favor of Lethargy. It's going to be 3v2, but I say that, but you know, that Jet, absolutely devastating, but that null command, not going to get much. Sin's going to fall very low, and it's just down to Fire Arrow, who wasn't able to pick up one more kill, but Derek scared for the 3K, and we are tied going into the half here on Pearl. Not Pearl.
Yeah, on
Here on
Lotus.
Lotus.
Yeah, both these teams looking very good right now. But shout out Lethargy, obviously not having a great map one, but bouncing back for sure in the second map here, tying things up 6-6 going into the half here. Great map so far. We'll see what they can do over on the defensive side here. Is WHO Esports going to be rotating on over to the offensive side here. We'll see what they can get done with the spike in hand. Look at that. We got a shorty on Rob Snapclap. I wonder why that is. Can't imagine why Rob trusts a shorty.
Was able to get that 3K a couple rounds ago, and you know, that's something you just gotta be absolutely terrified.
Yeah.
Even the aggressive play from the Sage and Rob Snapclap looking like they're gonna just want to grab this orb and push for B pressure. Any rotators that are gonna be eventually running over to this A side, where all 4 members of WHO are gonna be rotating in, trying to push into the tree, but it's gonna be awaited by 2 members of Lethargy, and the 2 kills are first going to go in favor of Lethargy. That's going to be a 3v5 now for WHO on this offense. Make that a 2, as the shorty's not going to get much value. Sin able to trade it back out, at least get 1 pick, and Yokito able to grab another one. Lord Keaton falls, but there it goes. Yokito on low health. Sin also on low health, and the kills are going to go favor Lethargy, and that's Lethargy's first pistol round 1 on a very impactful round.
Yeah, very important round to get there. Going to give them a little bit of an eco advantage here going into the next one. We are going to see things like a Marshall pop up, a Spectre over there. Looks like Lethargy ready to ball out of control now that they finally have the eco advantage going into the second round of a half. Now, WHO
really haven't been able
here,
to say that.
Yeah, this is the first time.
Haven't been able to say that.
First pistol round they've won so far, so they gotta try to ball out where they can, right? Got to use that advantage when you get it.
Absolutely, you're gonna be a weapons advantage in favor of Lethargy, as they're here on this anti-eco round, and on the side of WHO, they're not gonna have too much. They're just gonna have some classic, but those classics gonna do enough work. Finds the first pick, Ibra falls, and that's gonna be a clear C site for the side of WHO. Who should be able to get the spike down for free and get set up for post plant.
And Fire Arrow going to get a free Marshall in it as well. Sin getting that spike planted. It is a 5v4. Team Lethargy on the retake. Going to have Spectres and stuff like that in hand. Hypnode picks up another one. He is going to get traded out, though. It's still a big kill to get regardless, Nani. Has the Spectre going to be a little bit of an advantage in that gunfight, but Rob Snapclap gets one as well. Lord Keaton with the trade. Both these teams battling it out for the C site. Sin walking back to help out the team. 2 players left from either squad. Rob Snapclap does have a Spectre on a massive flank right now. Going to spot a couple players out. Gets one. The other one going to be coming in as well. That's Lord Keaton with a nice kill. Now going to be a 1v1. Sin pulls it off with the pistol. Grabs a gun for the troubles. That's going to be a nice Vandal in the back pocket and a nice eco round win for WHO Esports.
Basically a thrifty for the side of WHO. Despite losing that pistol, comes right back, ties the score right back up, and what an excellent execute. Pushing that C side, winning the just taking the one defender off. Ibra falls, and that's just granted post-plant utility, post-plant positioning, and they're able to just snuffle any chance of a retake. So weapons not going to be great for Lethargy, as the WHO is going to just buy up into all rifles. You're just going to have a Marshal and a Sheriff for the defense.
You see WHO Esports trying to push in the C site right now. Plenty of weaponry in hand. Ibra. Sheriff in hand. Very cool looking Sheriff at that. So that is going to add some bonus damage on the top end there. The cooler the skin, the more the damage. But WHO Esports relocating towards B. 3 players on the side of Team Lethargy going to be there. Rob takes out one of them. Still 2 left to go, though. That's going to be Derek with a nice trade. Derek with 2 with the pistol. And that's going to be traded out by Yokido. But guess what? A little bit too late on the trade.
All 3 members of the defense is going to be here. And they're finally able to try Ibra able. Good for 1. Finds fire arrow. But it's going to be these lurkers. These classics are absolutely huge for both teams. But the Vandal, just too good. 3 kills on the round for Yokido. And will have a free plant here on the B site. And it's just going to be this rotate. A 1v1 for Hippo with just a classic. But location is unknown. Should be able to pick up a gun. And now we're in a very even fight. But the spike is playing for Yokido. Now it's just up to see what they can do. Snakebite can be heard. Just trying to clear some positioning. Tap on the spike. And actually, no. Hippo's just going to run. Trying to win the 1v1.
And now this the defuse is going to be coming through. The first take us through. Going to start playing for the kill. But Yokido is going to get a nice nade damage there. Going to be trying to watch that bomb. Hippo, maybe just enough time to get it done. But yeah, just going to go for another bait. Not going to have enough time at this point. Because that is going to be a challenge from Yokido.
No, that's plenty of time.
On the second one right there.
Oh my goodness. Yes, they get the spike. They get the fuse.
The
peak is slightly too early.
Is up.
Dang.
What?
I
tell you what.
What a
clutch. Esports, you're going to have nightmares about that one.
Oh, the raises Yokido. Just slightly too early with that peak. You know, the spike gets cut to half. The nade pushes back, but they just peak at the wrong time. And Hippo's able to win that 1v1 and get the defuse. That's going to be 8 on the board with Lethargy in the round. These rounds on this half has just been flipping back and forth, and now the weapons are completely in favor of Lethargy. As who's should be on a weaker buy, and yes. Rob on a judge. You saw what they can do with a shorty, and let's see what they can do with a better shotgun.
This is basically just a shorty with a little bit more punch to it.
Oh my god. It's gonna be
It's gonna be who
Hippo pushed all the way up through C. Hippo pushed all the way up through C, but it's gonna run right into fire arrow. But all the kills for WHO, they're looking like they want to trade this back out, make this an 8 to 8.5. Spike is gonna go down relatively easily on this B site, and Rob with that judge tries to find the chamber, unable to do so. Sin trades it back out, but it's just 2 members of Lethargy for this retake. Able to spot out 1, but hasn't been able to get any picks yet. Pushes the smoke. Timing. Nani able to grab 1. Flips it around. Oh my goodness. Fire Arrow able to get at that 1 barely, but the nade's going to be able to finish off Ibra. And they are punching back. Blow for blow, both of these teams.
Yeah, definitely 2 insanely talented teams going at it on this map here, tied up 8 to 8. This one could be an overtime game if we're not too careful here, but WHO Esports tying that one up. Once again, they're going to be on the offense here. They've got all the guns they could ever imagine in the pocket there. But look at that, Team Lethargy. They've got an operator on their side of the map. That's going to be Derek, though. the guy who won the
Look at
1v3
ultimates.
in the first map. I tell you what, kind of insane to buy an op with no shield when you have two teammates rocking pistols, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Trying to hold down that far side of the map, the A site under hard control with that. We see WHO Esports slowly rotating over towards C and B, that is. Majority looks like trying to hit up B.
Operator's gonna spot it out really quickly as Derek's just trying to just fire in some firepower. But here on this B site, Hippo's just holding box. Able to get one pick, but Hypno's good for the trade. This B side's gonna be all who's, but Derek with that operator able to find fire arrow. Absolutely a pick you want to have, and it's gonna be a 4-person retake into 3 members of Who for the side of Lethargy. But not going to be much they can do. Yokito finds that first pick on the retake, finds the operator. Rolling Thunder going to be invested, and it's going to miss Sin. So this walkout from CT is not going to be great, but Nani with that frenzy, able to pick up another kill. 2 members of the side of Who remaining, and Yokito with that aftershock is going to have to force Yokito out. Yokito's good for that. Finds Nani, the knives from Ibra, unable to find anything, and Lord Keaton just running with that operator.
Yeah, op in hand, trying to save this one. Should be able to, but is currently getting hunted down by a WHO Esports player there, nice and slowly. Lord Keaton trying to just stay alive here. Is going to be able to do that, but we're going to lose Yokito, though. Yokito dies with the 3 kills they got on the round. So do what you got to do. But that's going to be the 9th round on the board for WHO Esports, whereas Lethargy still fighting this one back and forth here, but they are going to keep their op for this time around. Lord Keaton looking like maybe wanting to keep that one. We see Lethargy here gonna have to get another monster defense here. They're buying a little bit of a light buy because they obviously did lose the round there, but WHO Esports gonna have the weaponry they want. Looks like they're gonna try this A push once again, but Lord Keaton gonna have the op in hand. Could get a little sketchy real quick here.
Absolutely. Finally, Team Who able to get 2 back-to-back wins. But the operator's gonna get spot out for A, and that's gonna just tell Who to rotate out. And Hippo tries to get aggressive, but Hypnode is able to get that trade out. It's gonna be it's gonna be numbers advantage for the side of Who. Ebos tries to get aggressive on C, finds 1 kill, but it's immediately traded out. Kill still in favor of Who, as 4 members are still alive, going towards the C side. The spike is gonna be planted basically for free.
Yeah, the window is going to get planted there. We see Nani trying
Ball
to push
fine
this
good.
one in. The breach util coming in all over the place. Both these teams trying to fight it out. The spike not currently planted. Looking like they want to try to get that done. But Lethargy, 2 players left versus the 4 of Who. And look at that. The player on Mound is going to be able to take out the bomb planter there. So now Fire Arrow has to push this one out. Has to try to kill this player. But the player on Mound with a massive advantage. That's going to be Derek full health. Using the abilities to the advantage there. Lord Keaton coming from behind as well. Spike finally gets planted. The 2v2 is coming in now. Lord Keaton and Derek pushing from either side. Lord Keaton picks up one. Derek picks up the other with 3 on the round. And just like that, Lethargy going to tie things up.
Derek absolutely huge, able to get 2 picks over on Mound. Forces the spike to be planted in a weird position, which allows Lord Keaton to immediately get that kill as soon as the spike goes down. And Derek with a nice flick upwards, despite the off angle, able to get another kill. And yeah, once again, we are tied up here on Lotus, and that seems to what's going on this second half. Just trades back and forth and back and forth. It's gonna be weird buys all around.
Getting kind of weird indeed. Tying things up 9-9. You want to keep this one as close as you can, non-stop, right? Love to see it being this even. We see WHO Esports currently lining up over towards A. We know they're going to use their utilities to make sure they don't get caught out right away. But Lord Keaton with the op, trying to get an early pick if possible. Knife going to get thrown. Hopefully some smokes to go with it. Lord Keaton does not get an opening pick. The side of Lethargy going to be maybe rotating to help out here, but WHO Esports not fully in the site yet. They're pushing up though, nice and slow. They're getting towards that door. Node going to be the most pushed up player, is going to try to make a play onto Derek. Well, they don't know Derek is here though. They're going to find out real quick. Guess what? Derek's saying hello, going to get the first kill on the spike here. Gets the second one as well. Derek absolutely clutched so far in the last couple rounds. The side of Team Lethargy now up 5-3.
The flank is coming in soon. They've pushed all the 2 defenders from the C side. Have pushed all the way through, and they're going to be looking to pincer these last members. Fire Arrow has to come up, but is not able to do so. Derek, the star for Lethargy, grabs the lead with a 4K, and they hit double digits here on Lotus. Absolutely huge stuff from the Reyna.
I mean, the patience out of Derek as well. I mean, it's just an impressive player all across the board there. That's going to put Lethargy up 10-9, gives them a nice little bit of a 1-round lead. You know, super comfortable, right? Especially in a game like this, that's definitely not any bit back and forth. But the side of WHO Esports, definitely deciding what they want to do in spawn right now, trying to hit a little bit of a buy. I think I just saw like an Odin or something like that. I hope, but it's no, yeah, I'm seeing something completely different here. But they are going to be buying their weaponry here, going towards that B hit right off the bat. Lord Keaton once again watching over that nice A long. Esports pushing this one on in. They're trying to shoot that box, making sure no one's there because they did get the knife. They don't know where that player is. The jump chow comes in. Look at that, the stun as well. Look at the chows coming in. Is Ibra going to pick up two massive kills for Lethargy, and WHO Esports down a lot of numbers with Fire Arrow with a nice trade.
Yeah, exactly what you needed to if you're on the side of WHO. Able to get that trade, but it's stuck in this B side. They are being pincered off. B side completely held. Its 3 members are already holding an Ibra, understanding that, hey, they can be anywhere. Decides to push towards A main. It's going to be here. But it's going to be looking like who's going to want to go towards the C side, but it's going to be running right into a breach that's holding the angle. But they spot it. Nani goes down. That should be a free C site. Lord King is trying to rotate fast, but it does have only have an operator. Has to be good for a kill or two.
Lord Keaton holding that angle down. He was going to get hit by a really nice molly. He is going to be able to get out without taking any damage, but is going to get fully backed off. Esports basically gets a free spike plant. Now the retake coming in. We've already seen Lethargy get this done with Derek, and guess who's alive? Derek is alive. Over by the mound, the very, very big power position for Derek. For anyone in general, it is great cover. The ability to play aggressive. Derek can be able to get the opening pick. Now going to be a 2v3, but Fire Arrow with a nice trade onto Derek. Now going to be a 2v2. These players are trying to push it in. Ibra, last one alive. Fire Arrow with 3 on the round. Sin picks up the last one, and WHO Esports tie things up 10-10 again.
Sin with that null command absolutely was just unsung. That null command just nerfed all the abilities for the retake and just caused them just to be unable to use it, having to win 1v1s. And going into the site just raw, and it'll allow WHO to tie things back up once again, despite the lead being granted to Lethargy. Again, this has just been back and forth, and the money is going to speak wonders for it. Both teams going to have 4 rifles and a bulldog, but Ibra deciding to just save the money. It's just going to utilize those knives. No operator for either side. First time in a couple rounds, as both teams are here on round 10, and it's going to be very slow aggression from WHO, as they're just going to decide where they want to go later. Derek pushed up very far, holding that box angle, but it's going to look like the C side. It's where WHO has their eye set on, and that's going to be the correct side, as no one's holding C.
The C hold definitely going to be a little sketchy. Got one player pushing up into the back. That is going to be Ibra. Ibra with the knives that go whoosh. Going to be trying to cover that one out.
Footstep and orb is going to be heard. Fast rotate.
Push the C in though. They're going to get onto the site pretty quickly here. A couple players from Lethargy responding as fast as they can. Couple on the flank, couple from the front. That's going to be 3 from the front, 2 from the flank. Going to be very long before those flankers get in. The spike will be down and plenty of time to hold here. Opening pick coming in for Rob. Rob always trusted for that 1 kill, right? Got to get it done.
The
rest of Lethargy almost here.
Ibra gonna get suppressed. Knives now not an option to use, and Hippo's gonna fall. Fire Arrow good for 1, and Rob is good for a 2nd kill, able to find that jet. Nani trying to get anything done along with Derek, but they're actually able to get 1, 2, but Rob snap and clack and Fire Arrow too good with it, able to reclaim the lead, and they're gonna get to 11 on an absolutely crucial round that should put Lethargy at an econ disadvantage.
And they just hit like an eco res at the end there as well. Just for the fun of it, right?
You're pushing overtime. That res needs to be used now or never.
Yeah. And they use that one up. Look at Fire Arrow once again up to 20 and 12. You look at Derek at 22 and 15. Got some players absolutely popping off in this lobby once again. But WHO Esports currently up 11-10. 1 round away from securing overtime at a minimum. Lethargy, though, can still come out and win this one with 3 in a row.
More Keaton on this Marshall.
Over towards A.
Keaton doesn't get spotted by that knife. Teleports at a perfect time, I believe.
Not spotted out yet, but also no pick for him quite yet. The smoke's always coming in almost perfectly from the Omen to cover that one out.
Showstopper doesn't find anything.
Ready to duel it out. Ibra over there, over behind the door, ready to go. WHO Esports trying to get this one pushed in nice and slow. Sin with 1 Hippo Link calling in the Viper ult to make sure things are all locked up.
They're pinched.
Getting a nice and gassy situation going on here. Teams fighting it out. You can see WHO Esports going to lose some players back and forth. Though Lethargy with only 2 left. WHO Esports getting the trades. It's going to be some massive kills for either side. The B side now going to be assaulted.
Yeah, the flank was good for 1 or 2 kills, but the trades are there perfectly, and the kills will always go in favor of who was able to get that first kill onto the round. Spike should be planted for free here on B side, and that Vipers was utilized on A to slow down the attackers, so that it's a piece of util they won't have, and a must-round win if you're on the side of Lethargy.
Lethargy, very important round here. 2v3 on the retake. They're both coming from that back hall now. First one going to go down. Rob with the big opener. Hippo going to go down as well. And just like that, WHO Esports bring it to 12-10. They at a minimum will secure that nice little bit of overtime there, but they're trying to shut this one down as soon as they can. If they can get this next round, it'll be a victory 13-10. But Lethargy not counted out yet. They're going to get themselves a nice little bye here. So we're going to see some rifles out of both teams. You're going to see Lethargy with a little bit of a sketchy buy, though. They're going to have pretty much as much of a buy as you can get right now. They're trying to stretch that eco the best they can.
Yep, just a Spectre and Zanani. Rifles in for everyone, so can't be too disappointed, but they really got to slow down this offense from the side of who have the first lead that's more than one here on this side of Lotus, but the first kill goes to Derek. That Star Arena able to pick it up. Hypno immediately trades it out, and the Rolling Thunder is going to be used to slow down the side of who. As Nadi tries to get aggressive, Aftershock used to push back, and Nadi is good for one more. Hippo finds another one, it's traded out, and good for 2. The kills go completely in favor of Lethargy, and they're able to go to round 11. A 3 kill from Hippo, as they're 1 away from bringing us to overtime tonight.
Just like that, Lethargy get nice and aggressive over towards that A site. They end up retaking their own land right there, and they secure a round against WHO Esports. But Esports still on that match point. They can win this one right here if they win the round. But Lethargy feeling confident as ever. They've got the guns they want. They're going to be able to get their full rifles, full util, full shields. Going to be ready to go. I say that as they don't quite have enough for everybody, so Lord Keaton gonna get short end of the stick there and get a Spectre. But we see WHO Esports looking like they want to take this one over towards A once again, but they still have that B feel going on. Only 2 players.
I was just gonna say you're gonna look at towards Sin with this null command once again, trying to use that as an initiating tool, but instead just gonna draw out some panic from the side of Lethargy, and that's gonna result in first kill going in favor of who does have control of this B side. Derek able to trade out with the spray through, but Rob Snap Clap able there to get the respray, and they're gonna have the B side. Spike has yet to go down, yet to even cross into the site. Rob tries to go and get aggressive, but Ibra's there for the trade. So 3v3 for both sides. Sagewall's gonna hold these defenders down. It's just Ibra, but Ibra to hold down this B side, but won't be able to find anything. Fire Arrow able to win the one jet 1v1. Spike still not committed. They're looking like they're going to rotate out and just back out of this site with 43 seconds remaining. C is where who's going to want to go to now.
Yeah, pushing on over to C right now. They're going to be over towards Mound now, so they're getting nice and close. 3 players left alive for WHO Esports, so a slight numbers advantage, but Lethargy ready to go on this defense. 1 player towards that water hole. Going to be a nice little damage trade back and forth. But Yokido not going to be able to get that kill. The spike is going to be planted, so the 2v3 retake must go down. That's going to be Hippo Link around the flank. He's going to get a nice big kill. Going to make things a 2v2. Lord Keaton pushing up from Waterhall as well. So both these teams ready to go. WHO Esports, for the most part, full HP with the last 2 players live. The first kill going to come through. Now going to be a 1v2. Sin has to win it to win the map.
1 enemy remaining.
Able to good for the first one. 1v1. Sin and Lord Keaton. Lord Keaton's able to win that. That Chamber able to find the second kill. And we are going to overtime here on Lotus. Absolutely wonderful retake. 2v3 retake for the side of Lethargy. Absolutely wonderful stuff, as we're going to be again our first overtime of the night.
Hey, here we go, right? Got a nice little overtime. I'm curious if Lethargy tries to maybe stretch an op here. We saw it last time, or a lot like the last, maybe like in those mid rounds or so, they had a couple times where they bought an op and maybe not a shield. So I'm curious if they do that again. Looks like maybe not so much on that one. They are still deciding what they want to do. They got a little bit of time to do that. This little 12-12 situation we got going here is pretty fun. We saw the Odin there just for the nice little bit of jokes for a second there, but we are going to get a disconnect. It looks like Nani is going to be gone there, so not the most ideal situation to lose a player there.
Yep, commitments. Again, we are just an amateur league, just here to have some fun. But it looks like the side of Lethargy is just going to commit with playing a 4v5. you know, here to just have some fun, but, you know, going into overtime on a very split map. You know, we went into the first half 6v6, 6-6, and Hypno gets the first pick, but that's not a real pick. The first two real picks go completely paired Lethargy, despite the numbers disadvantage. Able to get 2 picks, but High Fire Arrow and Rob Snap a Clapper right there. Able to get 2 more, and is just down the Lord Keaton on this offense, on this chamber. Good for 1. It's now just a 1v1 against the Jet versus the chamber. Lord Keaton has to find Fire Arrow. Spike out in the open. No idea the location, but the spray through. Not good enough. Fire Arrow picks up 3, finds Lord Keaton, and match point will be given to who?
Switching sides.
Just like that, WHO Esports once again in the driver's seat to end this one. But Team Lethargy not out of it yet. They can win this next round, get themselves right back in this. I do believe they're still down on players, so that's not necessarily ideal, but it does happen every once in a while. What are you going to do? Internet is always going to do internet things. Online video games are the best. But even if you play on LAN these days, it doesn't even fix it because you still play via a server. But both these teams are ready to go. I do not believe Nani is going to be coming back anytime soon. We see WHO Esports, though, on the offensive side. Got a big, nice stretch on the map. They're pressuring out A, C, and B all at the same time. I think they know they're in a numbers advantage, so they want to use that to their best ability.
Absolutely, and it's just going to be slow pressure despite the numbers advantage, and it's going to be even a bigger numbers advantage. Rob Snapclap able to find that first pick towards A and B link. Ibra's going to be able to spot where this attack is going to come from. Timing could be absolutely huge, and the first Ibra grabbed 2 picks here on the A side, but Hypnode unsuspectingly was able to go under, finds the lone defender over on that C side, and it's just up to Derek in this 1v2.
The 1v2 situation definitely very sketch, but Derek did win a 1v3 previously on the split. Maybe get it done again here up against 2 very good players over on WHO Esports. With those players just nice and ready and waiting. Derek pushing on in, looking for any kind of info. Gets one over towards stairs, but as soon as they go for this, going to get shot in the back. And just like that, WHO Esports going to end the map and going to be able to end the series as well for the night. They're going to end up winning it 14-12. We're going to go for this last kill quick too as well for the player back in spawn. Just got to make sure you the full secure, right? The round won't end until it's done here. These players are trying to vibe with a new friend, right?
What a good series we got. You know, that